It's the joy that's in her heart now on BBC One, making Mrs. Merton such a good listener.
Bernard, nice to see you. And look, there's Jean. Are you all right there? New perm?
Yes.
Very with it.
Oh, yes.
There's Irene there with a very televisual blouse. Lovely, we're all here and we're all ready. Are we ready for a celebrity? Yes! We're gagging for one, aren't we? So my first famous guest, let's bring him on. Is he game for a laugh? You bet. He's got stars in his eyes. Who is it, Jean?
I don't know.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Matthew Kelly. Hello, Matthew. Gosh, you're big, aren't you? You really are. Oh, it's lovely. But stars in their eyes, stars in their eyes. I love it. We all love it, don't we, girls? Why do we love it? Why do we love it, Matthew?
I don't know why you love it. Why do you love it?
Why? I think it's because, you know, you make it possible for complete, well, nobodies, to come on and impersonate stars we'd forgotten, don't you? What's its secret?
What's its secret? I think it's because it's done well.
It is done well.
It's got lovely production values.
It has,
Don't you think? It's got lovely lighting.
Everything.
Lovely makeup.
It's got the lot, hasn't it?
Everything. Something for the whole family,
It
I think.
has. That's what I like. It's great.
Who's your favourite?
Shirley Bassey. The woman who did Shirley Bassey. She's better than the real thing, wasn't she? Because I went seeing her, you know, the cheaper version. And it was only a £5 and you got chicken in a basket. Now, you don't get that at the Albert Hall, do you?
You don't, do you?
But part of the fun of it, of course, is guessing who they're going to be, isn't it? Now, Jean, there, the second one along there in the blue.
Yes, I've noticed Jean already.
Well, guess who she does, Matthew?
Who do you do, Jean?
She does Tina Turner. But she can't do it when she's sober. So that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
Though, yeah.
But, you know Bernard, now he's there. The second one along.
Hi, Bernard.
He auditioned to be, you know, Prince, the little American boy. But...
How did you do, Bernard?
Well, he couldn't do it without his glasses, so they wouldn't have him on. But, you see, if Prince ever loses his eyesight, then he'll be in like a shot, won't he? Do you enjoy doing it?
I do enjoy doing it, yes.
Is it great fun?
Yeah, well, I just get paid to be nice to people, really, don't I?
You know what I think you've got?
What's that?
I think you've got...
You're going to...
No, I think you've got that X factor. You have, yes, hasn't it? What is that X factor? Anne, we don't know what it is, do we?
We don't know what it is.
The beard. Anne's pointing out to everybody that you've got a beard. And we've seen the beard. We know about the beard.
What do you like about the beard, that it covers up half of my face? Is that what you say?
She just likes it.
Right.
But, of course, you did You Bet.
I did do You Bet, now.
Which we loved.
Yes.
But you had complete barn pots on that, didn't you?
They did do some strange things.
What was the maddest thing?
I think there was a man from Germany who came on and said he could tell the nationality of any stamp just by licking it.
No.
It was.
Did he do it?
He did do it, yes. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. But the thing that I couldn't work out, why you would want to do
Why would he even
like
practice it at home in his bedroom? Well, a friend of mine, Lily, she wants to go on that programme, and she could tell between 12 different types of cheeses purely by reading the labels. But, oh, we loved it, and we'd love to see people making complete fools of themselves, don't we? I don't know why. Do we love it? Yeah. We love it. I don't know why. Did you enjoy it?
I don't really like that, though. I know it's a terrible thing to say, but I don't like people making fools of themselves on television, because it's very easy to make people make fools of themselves on television. It's a bit like getting giddy at a party, isn't it, really?
Well, I like that. I think you need to live a little, Matthew. I think you need to let go with your X Factor.
I think you need to protect people on television, though.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Who was your favourite on Stars in Her Eyes?
I liked Alma Cogan, actually. I thought she was very good.
Alma Cogan. Who did she do? Who was the worst one you've ever had on?
I couldn't possibly tell you.
Oh, you could. Come on. We've admired your beard.
They've all been very good. The standard is very high because
Yes,
about 10,000 people a year apply for it. In fact,
10,000?
yes, in fact 30,000 applied this year after this series, and there's going to be, they're increasing the series. But generally speaking, they're very nice people.
Yes.
And you know how nerves affect people in completely different ways?
Yes, I don't really get nervous, but I can imagine.
It's just my job to make people feel comfortable there, because they have to enjoy the day.
And how do you do that? In what ways?
I just...
Massage. Just general...
That kind of thing, you know, sharing kind of
No wonder there's that many applying, really. That's the sort of thing, the caper you get up to. But what's happening with you at the moment? What are you doing now?
I'm in the theatre at the moment.
In the theatre?
Yes, because I've gone back to acting. Because I was an actor for 10 years before I ever did any presenting.
Were you?
Yeah.
So what acting are you going
I'm
to
doing
do?
The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
The Cabinet?
Can I tempt you to a leaflet?
I love anything with doctors in it.
This is a horror story. In fact, it's a terror story. It'll frighten the pants off you.
You'll make it. You'll make it funny, will you?
I want to frighten you if you come along. Would you mind?
Well, I think you frightened us with Stars in Their Eyes. That time, haven't you? And that's... But
Without the
Matthew,
litter.
we're going to... Everybody's dying to ask you a question. We're going to throw you open now. Anybody got a question for Matthew? What about this lady here?
Could you tell me where the show's going to be that you're going to be in?
Oh, she's creeping. She won't go. She lives in Wigan.
It's Hammersmith, the Lyric Theatre.
Is that London?
Is it too far? Well, I'm doing panto in Bradford. Will that do? Class act, you see. A class act.
Any other questions for Matthew? Anne?
Do you sing in this play, or it's just acting?
Is it just acting?
Just acting?
Or do you sing?
I do sing a bit, yes. It is kind of... It's a play with music.
Oh, well, I like music.
Do you?
Well, I
Yes.
love music
Yes.
and theatre.
But it's a little bit spooky.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, that'll be all right for you.
Well, yes.
All right.
I'll take somebody to hold my hand. Will that be all
Well,
right?
let me know when you're coming in. I'll jazz it up a bit.
Good.
You know, the very sad thing is Anne thinks you're a boyfriend now. No, but all I'd like to say is we'll wish you every success with your new play, your
Thank
new
you very
musical, and you've been lovely to come on our show tonight. Have you enjoyed it?
It's been lovely, yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, they said yes. Thank you very much. So, Matthew Kelly there. Did you like him, Jean? Did you know who he was?
No.
Okay, did you like Matthew Kelly?
He was all right.
He
Yeah.
was. Who are your band that you've got with us, Hookie?
Tonight we've got Patrick on keyboards,
Yes.
David on guitar, and Damien on drums.
Lovely.
And me, of course.
Can I just tell you, Irene here sat next to Jean. That's Hookie's mum. Big hand for Hookie's mum. He takes his mother everywhere, apparently. Everywhere he goes, he brings his mum along. It's nice, that, isn't it? Apparently, ZZ Top do the same thing. So, now, there's been many double acts throughout history. Rod Hull and Emu, Edward and Mrs. Simpson, and, of course, the Cray twins. But none as funny as my next guests, a couple of new wave comedians. Will you welcome Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer? Lovely. We all love you too, Vic and Bob. We love their programmes, don't we, girls? Yes. But let's clear something up. Which one's Vic and which one's Bob?
It's a question we often get asked.
Is it?
Yes.
So are you?
We're not quite sure yet.
No, this is Vic.
That's Vic, and you're...
I'm Bob. Yeah.
Lovely. But how did a pair of scallywags like you two get into TV?
Well, I suppose we're just little monkeys, aren't we?
We did a funny show, you know, and they asked us to put it on the television.
And you said, all right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, please.
And have you...
How much, then? It's a lovely place you got here, isn't it?
Oh, thank you very much. Do you like it?
Yeah, are you here often?
You see, to students, that sort of thing would be hilarious.
That's
That sort of bunkum. But my son Malcolm, you know, he's a big fan of yours. You and little Midge-Yaw, for some reason. But I told him you two were on tonight, you know, and he said, Mum, you must let me come and see them, come and meet them. And then, the last moment, he
Was
stayed...
he drunk?
No. He stayed in, listened to Vienna on his hi-fi.
I think you made the wise choice.
What do you make of that, then?
It's a beautiful tune.
It is, isn't it?
I've never been able to walk away from it.
But tell me this now, do you make each other laugh?
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Yes.
Because you're... Because you're a double act. But what would happen, you know, if one of you died tragically?
horribly.
In a, I don't know, a freak salmonella incident or a wound gone
Or
septic.
freak salmon accident.
Freak salmon even, or a wound... What would
Well, you
you
have to
do,
ask
Vic,
Bob
without
about
little
I was
Bobby?
bitten by a skunk the other
Were
way.
you?
He was, no, so that
He
sort of
was,
thing could
honestly.
happen.
Show the scar. Show the scar.
It's gone now.
Well, the skunk's gone, but the scar's still there.
But do you have quarrels and tiffs?
Well, we have untoward thoughts.
Do you?
Of course, like anyone else would.
I often think
About-
about murdering Bob, but he doesn't know about... Well, he does now.
But you know Alan Titchmarsh
Oh.
from Pebble...
No, but it's when you're saying about nothing untoward, you wouldn't get it from Alan, would you? I mean, in his mind, there are dark, dark thoughts, aren't there?
Well, can I tell you something? He lives
I
with
was
his
told
mother.
to sit very close to Bob. Am I sitting too close? Because I feel I am. Because I can hear his heartbeat. Well, I can feel it, you know. And then
Did you see Matthew Kelly? You see Matthew Kelly?
Yeah, we saw him earlier. Lovely chap.
And would you go on Stars in Their Eyes?
Oh, I'd love to.
Who would you do?
Share.
Sure. But do a funny little sketch for us now.
Do a funny little sketch.
A funny little sketch for all the... A lot of them have come on a coach from Wigan, and they like anything daft. Do a funny little sketch for us.
Vic,
Yes.
you know, I heard you've got a girlfriend, but she says you're inadequate.
No, I had a girlfriend, but she was from Harrogate.
You see? That's a funny little... Well, it's more of a joke. Yeah.
If it gets a close in, it'll get him anywhere.
The audience, they're dying to ask you questions.
Are they?
Who's got a question for the hilarious Vic and Bob?
He has.
Roy.
Have you ever been on the Titanic, you two? Because you remind me of a couple of cabin boys heading for disaster.
He's been thinking about that for days. Oh, Roy, what have you done? You've turned everyone against you.
At least one thing, they always put the jokes on ice anyway.
He's,
Could he write for you?
Roy?
Could you have him writing for you? He's only got the 2 jokes. Would that matter?
But he's got one bulbous head, of course, which he's always had
I thought that was Mickey Rooney.
Any other questions for Vic and Bob. Oh, what about this lady here?
Can I ask Vic who does his hair?
Oh, who does your hair?
Who
Vic?
does my hair? I do it myself. I know you do, yeah, you tell me, yeah. You've combed it a bit too severely there, haven't you? Have you got a very hard brush? Because it's rubbed it off. I don't know if you've noticed.
Do you know you're a huge success here tonight? Do you know who I see you as?
Who?
The new Mike and Bernie Winters.
Oh.
Well, I see it's more maybe Snorbits.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they've made us all laugh. Will you thank Vic and Bob?
Thank you. Thank you all.
Now, I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world. No, I'm not. Let's not start an argument. But I am natural. What you see is what you get. And that's not always the case nowadays. With the invention of cosmetic surgery, how long will it be before every woman in the country looks like Cher, Pamela Anderson or Lynn Perry? Cosmetic surgery, yes or no? Let's have a heated debate. Cindy here's had cosmetic surgery and Enid hasn't. Have I got that the right way around? Cindy, what have you had done?
I've had my eyes done twice, my nose done twice. I've had facelifts, 3 chemical peels, my lips made larger, liposuction under my jaw. I've had my jawbone reduced in America. I've had breast implants put in, breast implants put out, liposuction from my waist to my knees, dermabrasion, fat transfer. Do you want me to go on?
Oh, you must have been ugly as sin because...
I was no oil painting, Mrs. Merton. No, I wasn't.
How much did all this cost you?
So far, I've spent £50,000, and it's taken me 8 years.
Blimey, £50,000. And you know it's very hot in here under these studio lights. You might melt, it'd be all a waste, wouldn't it?
I'd have to start again, I'm afraid.
Are you happy now, Cindy? Now you look like a dog's dinner.
Of course I'm happy, sure.
Lovely. Oh, that was Cindy. Let me see. Bernard, what do you make of it all?
Well, I'd begrudge the money if I have one tooth filled.
Do you?
Yeah.
But what do you make of Cindy? Do you think she looks lovely?
I do, but if I wanted to be handsome, I don't think there's that much plastic in the world.
Yeah, but to be honest, Bernard, you'd have had her when she was an eyesore, wouldn't you? I think he would. Let me see. Pardon?
If she could sing.
Oh, he's had a few. Come over here, Anne, what do you make of it all? Plastics.
Well, I could do with a tummy tuck, but I'd be frightened of my nose flying off if I had my face lifted. I'm sure it
Do you think we should be as God intended us to be, with all our bits loose and hanging out?
Well, when you get to my age, yes, you haven't to bother.
No, she's nice as she is, isn't she? She really is. Let me see now. There's a lady over here, and she's had cosmetic surgery. Bridie, could you just stand up? Stand up. Now, Bridie's had a hip replacement. A new hip replacement. Sit down, Bridie. But we have with us tonight a cosmetic surgeon, don't we? Hello, what's your name?
I'm Dr. Chapman.
Dr. Chapman. Now, tell me, you must have had a lot of ugly people coming to your clinic. Who was the ugliest?
I couldn't pick out anyone in particular.
No. Has Judith ever been in Judith Chalmers?
Not that I'm aware of.
But when you're doing a breast implant, do you ever, for a laugh, make one bigger than the other?
I think I'd be struck off if I did.
You'd be struck off?
I'd be struck off, I think.
But say, for example, say Jean. Jean here, she wanted to look like Cindy. How much would that cost?
Well, it's not quite that simple.
No. What if we had, say, Jean's breasts lifted a yard or so? You know, I mean, that wouldn't be vanity. She works in Tesco's on the meat counter. It would be health and safety at work, wouldn't it? How much would that cost?
About 2,000.
What, each?
Oh, no.
For the pair?
Yeah, for the set.
It's not worth it, Jean, is it? You never go out.
2,000.
Hey?
I'll keep me 2,000.
Keep the 2,000. Hey, look at us, Jean, having a national debate on TV about your breasts. Just think, tomorrow morning, Jean's breasts will be on everybody's lips, won't they? Ah, something there for you to think about. But that's cosmetic surgery sorted. So give yourselves a round of applause. My next guest is a man whose feet made him a fortune. No, it's not Lionel Blair, but just as talented. Please welcome the legendary footballing legend that is George Best. George, is it...
Well, that's a good start, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? A load of old biddies fancying you. George, is it lovely to be back in Manchester?
It's lovely. This is my hometown.
Have you fond memories of Manchester?
Yes, I had a lot of relationships here. I'm still having...
I think they're there. I think that's there. But you achieved every schoolboy's dream, didn't you?
Yeah, Miss World, yep.
Yes. Going out with a Miss World, of course you did. But, you know, you were a 60s sensation, weren't you? You know, all that marvellous football you played, and then, of course, all the booze. But did you ever think, if you hadn't done all that running around playing football, would you have been as thirsty?
I'd have been as hungry.
You would. But did you ever think when you were a little kid, you know, like knocking a ball about in Belfast, did you ever think one day you'd be famous in every pub in Britain?
Well, you hope.
You
that,
do hope.
that you could be big.
Who was your favourite player?
Favourite, I don't know. When I was a kid growing up in Belfast, there were so many great players. And the only club I wanted to come to was Man United.
Man United. Oh!
And one of my greatest pals at the moment is Dennis Law.
Dennis Law.
And
Jane's a big fan of his.
yeah.
Oh, no, that's Dennis Waterman. Sorry. Well, he's just as good in his own way. But Bobby Charlton, he was my favourite player.
Yeah.
Did you like Bobby?
Well, there's a slight rumour going around about Bobby and I that we didn't see eye to eye.
Yes.
And I think what it was that we didn't seriously mix socially.
No, no.
Because
you were with all them Miss Worlds.
Well, yeah.
And there's Bobby, bald as a coot, didn't get a look in, did he?
He did. I sent my son to one of his schools of excellence once.
Did you?
And he came back bald. And it really pissed me off.
Oh. God, you devil. It's all right with you, we don't mind. But, George, don't say it again.
Okay.
But, of course, with your... I'm here, George. With your... He keeps looking round there. But with your... Oh, by the way, your beard's gone. Beard. The beard's gone.
The missus.
Anne, you won't like him now, will you?
Oh, I noticed it when he first came
She
on.
liked Matthew's beard. She was very attached to that for about a good first 10 minutes of the programme. Oh, how did that go off?
Orders.
Orders?
Yeah, the missus. Yeah.
Because, of course, you're married
Yeah.
now, aren't
8
you?
weeks.
8 weeks? And she, of course, is an air hostess, isn't she? What What attracted you to her first, apart from, of course, the duty-free?
Well, well, I think... Don't encourage her, all right? I think what it was, I'd never been in the club before.
In the club?
Yeah, up there, you know. Well, you wouldn't know about that, would you?
I don't know what on earth you're talking about. No, you've never been in...
The Mile High.
The Mile High Club?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about
Yeah.
now. Oh, Jean! Are you stopping in for this? So that's what happened, is it?
Yes, she told me I had to clean up the act and behave myself.
Yeah.
And I did.
She didn't sound too clean herself, having a bit of a go in the toilets, does she? But, you know, with your good looks, you always have a bit of a reputation with, you know, you've been out with a few Miss Worlds, haven't you, in your time?
One or two, yeah.
Well, can I tell
Actually,
you...
it's been 3.
3?
It should have been 7, but I didn't turn up for 4 of them.
What is this fascination with beauty queens that you have? Can I tell you something? You know Jean there, the second one along, Jean?
Yeah.
She used to be Miss World. Miss Carpet World. I mean, it's not the same, is it? But you know, like now, I mean, do you still go out nightclubbing with like a couple of friends, say, I don't know, Oliver Reed and Alex Higgins? Or do you prefer to go and have, say, a game of darts in a pub and perhaps a small fight in a car park afterwards? What do you do now?
I prefer to go out with my friends, have a nice quiet night.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, did anybody see the Terry Wogan show I did? Did you
We'll
see
never
that?
forget. When you were drunk as a skunk.
When I was drunk as a skunk, yeah.
Oh, we'll never forget that.
Did anybody see it?
Yes, we all did. We'll never forget it.
I didn't see it.
What happened to you that night?
I got pissed. But the nice thing was that a couple of friends of mine called me afterwards, Oliver Reed and Alex Higgins.
And they said, I wish we'd have seen it, but we were too drunk.
So they actually said to me, Bestie, you looked all right to us.
What do you say to unkind people? And I'm not one of them. But people who say, George Best, he's finished. He'll never play for United again. What do you say to those types of people?
Basically, get lost.
Do you think it's gone wrong, or do you think you've done great?
I think I'm doing great, yeah.
Yeah, I think you are.
I'm married to the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, and she's
Oh,
different
that's
class.
lovely.
I don't know where she is, but...
But, you know, we've got a bevy of beautiful girls gagging to meet you after the show. We really have. Where are you, girls? You've not lost it, George,
No,
have
no.
you? Ladies and gentlemen, George Best. Lovely time tonight. I'd like to thank all my guests, George Best, Matthew Kelly and Vic and Bob. Take it away, Hooky and the boys.
great summer of sport it's been. Thrashed in the cricket, thrashed at the Olympics, beaten by the Germans again in the football. But there's one thing our sportsmen are good at, and that's standing very still and being fondled by Rory McGrath. Help us celebrate this unique field of British sporting achievement by joining us for a new series.
And They Think It's All Over is back, Thursday at 10:15 on BBC One.
In Britain, 11,000 people every year suffer brain damage as a result of head injuries. In America, they could double their chances of survival. This pioneering surgeon believes that chilling the victim to the point of hypothermia could save the brain from self-destruction and lead to full recovery. Initial trials have had staggering results.
It's as if they didn't have any injury at all.
QED discovers Life on Ice, Wednesday at 10 on BBC One.
And he only gave her a lift. Ryan O'Neill gets the taste for green ice from Anne Archer, BBC One's film at 11:25, a South American thriller. Now on BBC One, the first of 3 special stories about the struggle between science and religion. Tonight, Creation visits the battleground where Christian fundamentalists and scientific atheists are fighting it out for the future of America's youth.